I do read live. We got a great show for you today. DarkDox Digest. This is the show where DarkDox Digest. You'll learn that if you fuck around, you find out. Welcome to DarkDox Digest. Today is January 27th, 2025. It's the 7th day of the Trump administration. I'm your host, Christian Coffins. Hey, Dad of Battle Z. Hey, Row Media. Thanks for being on time. Something that I'm not good at, so I appreciate you. All right, and it's our third week, right? Or is this our fourth week? No, it's our third week. Yeah, and we can take the date off, and we can put the lower third on because I'm back. Welcome. I'm Christian Coffins. Hello, and I almost did a DarkDox Digest starting today on Rumble, and it looks really interesting because you can simulcast on all of. Put you on blast. You can simulcast on X and all the other things and stuff, and it looks really enticing. But I just couldn't do it in time, so we're still here at YouTube, and I'm okay with it for today. And maybe this week we'll see. Maybe I should give YouTube a 2-week notice before I quit. I'm gonna quiet quit. But we're still, even if we do the lives over there, it's simulcast onto YouTube, so it's like nothing changed, right? I just have to figure out how to do it on my end. But yeah, let's get out of SeaWorlds and let's go to the display capture because this was hilarious. So now if you Google Trump FAFO, what does FAFO mean? Trump's message to Colombia goes viral. I just love this presidency. It's marketed directly to me. And here we go.
I think Greenland will be worked out with us. I think we're going to have it. And I think the people want to be with us. As you know, there's 55,000 people there that want to be with us. I don't know really what claim Denmark has to it. But it would be a very unfriendly act if they didn't allow that to happen because that's for protection of the free world. It's not for us, it's for the free world. Right now you have Russian ships, you have China ships, you have ships from various countries. It's not a good situation. And I believe we'll get that. Yeah, I do believe. I think we'll get other things too that you're talking about that nobody knows. But I think we'll get other things. But I do believe Greenland will get because it really has to do with freedom of the world, not just freedom of. It has nothing to do with the United States, other than we're the one that can provide the freedom. They can't.
The United States can provide the freedom. So if you are not familiar with the situation that has been developing, Donald Trump garnished attention Sunday with a Truth Social post that appeared to be a message to Colombia featuring the acronym FAFO. Here's a picture of it from Sky News. The post also featured an image of Trump wearing a fedora, was made after Colombia's initial refusal to allow U.S. military planes carrying deported illegal immigrants, to land on its territory. The president's use of FAFO, which stands for fuck around and find out, quickly went viral, underscoring his no-nonsense approach to foreign policy disputes. And I would think it's hilarious, like anyone that's like F around, like, if the president's saying it, I think, it should slide, that's just my opinion. So the post also featured an image, Elon Musk amplified the viral nature of Trump's posts by posting it on X, formerly Twitter, and commenting, "This is awesome," and there you have it. Yeah. So what he ended up doing with all of this is imposing a 25% tariff on any goods coming into. It was like an emergency order for 25%, and then next week, if they keep screwing around, it goes up to 50% tariff on all goods. So they immediately like backed off 180, and that's how you take care of business. I believe he's 10 toes in, as they say. This is from our buddy Data Battle Z. I just wanted to get the FAFO in there because that's the name of the show, and I have a theme here that I'm doing. But he dropped a whole 10 minutes on me, and this is something that I heard about, but I'm really glad he did a deep dive. Also, Jacob Engels, big ups about this thing, so I'm going to let them take over on this one. I need to go to my inbox.
Thank you for allowing me a brief moment on this wonderful show, the DarkDox Prophecies, folks. Before we get started today, I would just like to give a shout out to Christian Coffins, folks. It is not an easy job running a show, being the host, and broadcasting all at the same time. Usually a few separate people do that, but we must commend him today. That is not easy work, and no one knows better than me, OBS, how much it has changed, gotten better. But every now and then we get an update on OBS where they undo something they made better. So it's a challenge, folks, and we should give him a quiet round of applause right now. Thank you, Christian. This morning, Jacob Engels sent me this article titled, Florida Democratic Party Official Arrested on Child PORN Charges by Isabel Keene. This article is from the New York Post, folks. If Christian has a moment to put this up on screen so that you folks can follow at home, that would be wonderful. I will begin. You can read along with me or just listen to the soothing sounds of my voice. That's a joke, folks, but I will go on. A Florida Democratic Party official sent child PORN to an undercover police officer, then attempted to delete the sick material while hiding from responding officers in his attic. Now, folks, if you scroll through this article, you can see a picture of this monster, this Matthew Inman, age 39, arrested on charges of transportation of child sex abuse material. This is sick. We need to put this on blast. What is this is awful, and I'm glad that this man has been arrested and is facing charges, but there is a interesting note to put on this man. This man donated and campaigned in Winter Garden, Florida, in our spot of Central Florida here, campaigned with one of the Data Battle Z supervillains, Wes Hodge. I sent a couple of links in the group chat so you folks could catch up on Wes Hodge and who he really is. And this is what we are dealing with, folks. These people who for the last 4 years before Elon bought Twitter with impunity went around campaigning and doing these awful things. Folks, if these people are so emboldened to have this type of bad behavior, imagine how bad things would have gotten if this went completely unchecked. So, folks, this guy's a real monster. I regret to read this story. I might have to take a pause and a break, and I'm glad Christian doesn't mind that I just send you these audio files, because honestly, this stuff makes me mad. Wouldn't be the first time I throw the microphone across the room reading this in anger. However, I will begin. Matthew Inman, age 39, of Orlando, was arrested on charges of transportation of child sex abuse material, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Middle District of Florida, in a recent press release. Inman, who was heavily involved in two local Democratic groups, had videos in his phone of children being assaulted and abused. He expressed interest in being with a fictional 9-year-old boy, officials said. He served as Orange County's Democratic Party treasurer. Folks, this man right here, I don't know if Christian has had ample time to put a picture of this man's face on screen, but you can see it in the article yourself. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy. Again, he served as Orange County's Democratic Party treasurer and represented the Rainbow, or was the president of the Rainbow Democrats, a nonprofit looking to, quote, foster goodwill between the LGBT you-know-what group, the Democratic Party, and the community at large, according to the group's website. I tell you, folks. From August to October of last year, Inman received and saved several videos of children in SEXUALLY abuse material to his phone. I apologize. We know the strict censorship that YouTube has where you can't even describe these things. I also apologize for my text tone, the Metal Gear Solid codec noise, however. I am paraphrasing or splitting up, trying to spell these words out so that there is no ban or this video is taken down. I know that we don't get a lot of monetization options doing the things we do. Back to the article. In addition to the videos which depicted adults assaulting young children, Inman allegedly began talking to an undercover police officer who was posing as the father of a 9-year-old boy. During this conversation, Inman expressed interest in meeting and assaulting the purported child. Excuse me, it'd be nice if I could read, folks. He also sent terrible material to the undercover officer. So, I tell you what, folks, this makes me sick. When the FBI went in with a warrant to search his home, Inman attempted to delete the videos from his cell phone while he hid in the attic. Folks, the truth is stranger than fiction. Inman was a treasurer with the Orange County Democratic Party, which said in a statement that members were appalled by the news and have suspended him. I'm sure those people are appalled.
Suspended?
I'm sure that there are other people who
Fire
have,
him.
if not equally bad,
Arrest him.
worse
What are we
content on their phones. And I am looking at Wes Hodge when I make that statement, folks. We are deeply appalled and horrified by the news of Matthew Inman has been arrested on charges of abuse involving a minor, the group said. We unequivocally condemn this abuse pattern in the strongest possible terms and hope that the victims involved receive the support and resources they need to move forward. Well, that's a little bit insensitive, I think. You hope that they receive the support and resources. How about you just don't do bad things? How about you don't hire bad people? You enabled this. You gassed this man up like he was a good person so that he could go out and do these bad things, you Democratic Party, you. Inman also served as president of the Rainbow Democrats. Well, folks, that's what we need to look up next. If they have a Twitter, let's get on that and see what they're up to. Go over them with a fine-tooth comb. We offer our condolences. This was a quote by this Rainbow Democrats, by the way. We offer our condolences to any victims of child abuse and hope justice will be served to the fullest extent of the law. Well, that's a real nice statement. That's less insensitive than the other one we just read. But how about you don't hire bad people? Hire better people. I don't think it will happen. Inman was also suspended from his role in the nonprofit group. He was arrested by U.S. Marshals and is currently being held in Seminole County Jail with no bond. If convicted, Inman faces a minimum penalty of 5 years. It is not enough. And a maximum of 20 in the federal prison. 20 should be his plea agreement. 20 years should be his plea agreement. We'll let you live and provide you just enough safety for you to be of some use for us. But we're not going to go pulling you out of a foxhole, sir. This makes me sick, folks, and I'm sorry to have gone on for so long. Before I wrap this up, I wonder if I could say one more thing. Sure. I would like to promote a very unique individual, if I may, folks. This guy is just like you. He goes by Red Pill Rod on X. This guy is tried and true. He's the real deal. He is really up to date on current events in Central Florida, and he's a boots-on-the-ground political activist. I recommend everyone follow and network with him and get together on these things, because we have some plans. He always brings me the best ideas. Unfortunately, we can't pay for them all, but that's not what this is about. Simply, if you don't mind, if you are on X, if you don't mind hopping over in your spare time and giving this guy a follow, messaging him, say where you saw him and how you would like to help, you guys will hit it off great. And that being said, I also have to do a little self-promotion myself. I am also back on Twitter as of Trump's successful inauguration and nothing bad happened like I was paranoid was going to. I am back on X, and although I'm not the social butterfly that I used to be, I like working a lot more. I am on there, and you can see what is going on in the latest updates with Jacob Angles and Data Battle Z through that account. I appreciate a follow. All that being said, I am grateful and thankful for the opportunity to come on this show, on the Sacred Owls YouTube, on this show, the DarkDox Digest, with your host, Christian Coffins. Thank you again for having me. I will see you all very, very soon. Like and follow. Subscribe to this channel.
Very well done. So that is the new standard for how he recorded this audio on Signal, and I just played it off of my Signal. I didn't have to download anything. I didn't have to log into anything. I didn't have to connect to anything, and that was very convenient. He gave me a headshot, and I gave that to him. You post these long enough, and I'll AI generate your mouth talking and too. But I think that I like this format because I have complete control. No, because it helps me organize clips and stuff. So and just be able to jump into chats and I'm talking. I'm doing 8 things at once. So thank you so much for the credit. I really appreciate that. I think you do great work too. I think Jacob does great work. And, we're the next generation. Alex, he's doing better than ever. And, you got Owen and Harrison and stuff. So they got a little bit of a young... It's funny, they're younger than me. I've been doing this longer, but I've been doing a bunch of other things. So, they've been doing it full time, and God bless them for that. Only in this past 3 weeks have I committed to giving you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, DarkDox Digest. And I really like this for just my, organization and day. I get off. I'm watching all this stuff all day at work. I'm looking at the Signal group. Let me know if you want to be in our Signal group and be a part of this organization. Yeah. So this is very good, and I'm liking it. So I might be doing this Rumble thing. I'm kind of excited about that. But I'll check out Red Pill Rod. In our backyard, these little slimy scumbags, going around and peddling smut. We're going to catch you. We're going to catch you all. And our guy's in power now, so you're in trouble. They're bringing back those federal death penalties for this reason. Now, I'm not saying all gays are pedophiles. I've never said that. I'm never going to say that. I have gay friends, what I will tell you is that these guys are trouble. And let's so yeah, that one doesn't exist. Let's look at their most recent. I'm not going to play this whole damn thing, but 2020 guest speaker series, Orange County School Board. So Rainbow Democrats.
As a teacher at Wekiva High School, I also worked as a teacher at Leesburg High School. Until later in the 9 weeks, or wait until October to ask parents and see how families and teachers feel about going back to school. I think we're doing things too fast. I don't believe that there's anything that schools can do to really keep teachers and students safe. And I know that because I've been in the classroom recently. So I know I've cleaned my classroom. I've washed my hands multiple times a day.
Oh my God, they're fear-mongering about the new bird flu,
20 year.
This is awful.
The schools are... Yeah, a transgender student was denied access to a bathroom that aligned with his gender identity per school board policy. if elected, how
A
would
boy
you
trying
address
to get
this
into the
issue?
girls' bathroom. Got it.
In other words, should Orange County Public Schools have a blanket policy?
There's only two
What
genders.
would that
The
policy
government
be if
said
so, or should it be on a person-by-person basis?
Oh,
Well,
brother.
we must apply standards and ethics of the 21st century. We need non-gender conforming bathrooms, gender neutral bathrooms. At my alma mater, which is UCF, there's the women's bathroom,
Yeah,
men's
Florida has death
bathroom,
penalty.
and
We've had
there's
death penalties since
non or gender
what's his
neutral
name?
bathrooms.
Ted Bundy.
So it's time for us, as a district, as a school board, to have
Even before that.
gender neutral bathrooms, and this is to
Gender
ensure
neutral
that everyone
bathrooms.
is comfortable.
Great, thank you. Even with the recent Supreme Court ruling, one of my top concerns as a future educator is the possibility of getting fired for who I choose to
All
love.
right, enough of that. I was just kind of curious. We do it live. I'm wiling here. So I love going down these rabbit holes live with you because, I'm going to, I'm going to subscribe to the Rainbow Democrats. You know why? Because they only have 12 subscribers, and then I get to be the 13th, and anytime they post something, I can make fun of it. So, it's synergy. It is. You're going to get a thumbs down, though. Thumbs down. All right. What else we got here? Yeah, so keep bringing them over. Benjamin Frisbee. Frisbee? Really? Your last name's Frisbee? Data Balzi. If you like what we're doing and you want to support Alex Jones and the Infowar, they're going through this whole legal rigmarole with, they might buy Infowars. And when I say they, it's the Democrats over at Bloomberg and Michael Bloomberg and the Everytown gun grabber group and the Onion, and they're rigging elections. Rigging auctions, and the judge is pissed. Within the next month or so, they're going to figure out whether or not they keep Infowars as a brand in the Infowars store. They were trying to get his name, Alex Jones, but because of the 13th Amendment, you can't do that. So that's where they're at right now, and they're having the Save Infowars fundraiser. And I'm an affiliate, so if you go to the Alex Jones store /DarkDox, and I saw someone bought like the gummies or something. I got $1.60, so they spent 16. I get 10% of anything that you spend here if you go to the Alex Jones store and you go /DarkDox, like that. I'm going to put the upper third on, so this URL. See, it redirects you to, it gives you like a coupon code thing for the affiliate program, /DarkDox. And we greatly appreciate it. They have like some stuff that, is kind of expensive, but it's like to help fund the Infowar. So this is what they got going on here right now. I am a member of the VIP program, and that's not expensive, and I really suggest doing it. It is $30 a month, but you get $40 in store credit. So if you're planning on getting the supplements and stuff anyway, and you want to support Infowars, it's like getting $10 off pretty much, because let's say the supplements are $39.99, or let's say you get something, the shipping's like $6 or whatever, so that $10 will really come in handy. Whoa, lighting anomalies. Why is it doing that? That's interesting. You also get access to the Infowars Lost Tape Collection. It's all of the MP3s of all of the shows from 2001 to 2008. And if you are like a new listener, or like you don't know about Alex Jones, but like that like he was one of several that predicted 9/11 2001, the World Trade Center bombing, and also William Cooper died because of this. And what has happened in those 8 years of George W. Bush going into Barack Obama, like America, if you don't know that, like that period of American history, you really don't have an understanding for what is going, this fifth dimensional warfare that we're dealing with right now. So seriously, like, that right there is priceless. And we are going to also be posting it on the new, we're working on a new DarkDox.com. So bear with us. Go to DarkDox.me for the next couple days. And I'm going to be slowly working on the new fortified DarkDox.com. And DarkDox.me/shop is also, currently running. So, you have, I get your orders. I've been testing. Just, like, the WordPress doesn't work, but it goes off-site to finish the transaction with Google Pay. So, we don't really need an SSL certificate. We don't get any of your information. You just put it all over there. We just get your shopping cart and then throw it over there, and you put all your information on over there. And that's how the new one's going to work. That's how the new WooCommerce works. So it's all good. But yeah, we had some bugs on the old site, so we're just going to, grab what we need, dump it, and we're going to have a great one for you in the next couple days. Let's say this week. I'm going to be working on it all this week while continuing to do this show at 8 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for about an hour or so, unless something big comes up. We're not even at a half hour. This is fantastic. So yeah, VIP program. You get between 10 and 40% off of everything in the store all year round. I can confirm that. Whenever I get something, there's always like a huge discount. And I'm having weird light anomalies, and I don't know what is going on. Cancel anytime. And early access to products, promos, and giveaways. They've given away at least 3 trucks since they opened this thing. And that's the thing. This is run by Bigley. It's not run by Alex Jones or Infowars. So these scumbags that are trying to screw over Alex, they can't even get this money. It's an affiliate. It's a whole other income stream. And this is why you got to diversify your bounds. You got to diversify. And free shipping over $99. Blah, blah, blah. AlexJonesStore.com. TheAlexJonesStore.com/DarkDox. And we still got thumb drives with our whole archive that's ever growing with podcasts, films, declassified federal documents, all the UFO stuff, special space program, you name it, like the assassinations, the Illuminati. It's all on these thumb drives and projectors on micro SD cards. I put all of the stuff that's in the DarkDox archives in there. We got plenty of these Trump buttons still. Not a whole lot, but I'm gonna put them on discount on our new online store. But we're have bundle deals because they're cool to have, man. I love these things. We still got plenty of Sacred Owls picture discs of government-sponsored terrorism. We got stickers. We got T-shirts. We have a bunch of new designs coming in. I've been not making new designs until the site was 100%. And we got films. We got comic books. We got shop rags. We got posters. Check out DarkDox.me/shop, and soon it's going to be DarkDox.me and .com/shop. And that's the end of the ads. Here's a John Bound report. We are engaged in fifth dimensional warfare.
The psyop behind the projection pushing America into fragmentation is deliberate and financially backed by billionaires and managed by our own intelligence agencies.
Meet Serge Varley, a recruiter at BlackRock.
All of these financial institutions, they buy politicians. You can take this big ton of money, and then you can start to buy people. Let me tell you, it's not who's the president. It's who's controlling the wallet. So it's
and who's that?
The hedge funds, BlackRock, the banks. These guys run that.
Thing was an op, Mr. Durham. This wasn't like a bumbling, fumbling FBI that couldn't get FISA straight. They ran an op. So who put Mifsud in play? You don't know, do you?
I do not know that. I can't give you the
answer. For
years,
you had years to find out the answer to what Mr. Jordan said was the seminal question, and you don't have it.
The media fuels the projection.
If you are watching Fox News, I've said this before, if you're watching Fox News or following some right-wing, radio host, or getting Facebook feeds within that bubble, your reality is different than if you read the New York Times or watch your program. Not just during election time, but just this constant demonization of the other side, making people fearful of each other.
You're not helping me. You're scaring my kids. You're making them feel like they don't deserve to be here and that they don't deserve to live. This is on your hands.
Democrats practically legislate that projection.
Racism is a national security threat.
Racism is a national security threat.
Racism is a national security threat.
Institutional racism does exist, and until we accept that, we will not finish our job.
We will not elect a chief bigot of the United States of America.
It actually goes beyond white people. If you have the wrong ideology, then you're automatically a white supremacist.
While a spoiled American generation of digital zombies consume that projection, leading to a host of actions resulting in the downfall of the only civilization they have ever known. What causes a man to shoot a 6-year-old girl and her father in the back over a basketball rolling into his yard?
Death penalty.
Kid, he walked through his yard and he...
Or was repeat violent offender 24-year-old Robert Singletary, who has since been arrested, an unwitting disciple of the Marxist propaganda agenda projected into the minds of his generation.
So do you think that the UK is too white or not?
Yeah, no, I definitely, I'd have to say it's too white.
You want to have a conversation and present your information? Because I'm not going to give a platform to you f***ing die, you f***ing rednecks. Why don't you quit being such a waste of oxygen?
Why don't you present your
argument? You want to have a conversation and present your
information?
Because I'm not going to give a platform to you f***ing Nazis. Why don't you go home?
You can't explain your position?
Losers.
This new generation of anger based on pseudo-beliefs has been constructed by the very rot within the American government that JFK was unable to obliterate. What may seem to be instances of random violence based on psychological profiling gradually accumulates into fifth-generation warfare.
You told the Washington Post yesterday, and I'm quoting, everything this president has said and done is to inflame violence. We need moral leadership, and he's done everything to divide us. Is there any way to begin to heal this breach that you're describing?
Well, we see examples of people attempting that across the country. The police officials and officers who are moving into the crowds to speak to them, the people who are acknowledging pain and seeking to make fundamental change for the good of the nation, and in particular for the safety and dignity of Black and brown people in this country. So yes, there are any number of steps that any one of us can make, including the president, to heal the breach. But it isn't by inflaming emotions. It's trying to bring them down and trying to offer a word of unity rather than division.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Until, in the words of Sun Tzu, one need not destroy one's enemy, one need only destroy his willingness to engage. John Bound reporting.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now, Infowars tells you the truth about what's happening.
False narrative of, they're so divisive and they're, I've been trying to bridge the gap my whole adult life, even as an adolescent. It's not about race. It's not about what color you are. It's about, like Martin Luther King said, the content of your character, what you have done for your community. Judge you by your efforts, judge you by your fruits, what you bring to the table to a society. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. That's identity politics. That's liberalism. That's the Democratic Party. It's racist. It's sexist if you're doing it on the basis of sex and gender ideology, whether you're a gay or a lesbian, who you sleep with. That's identity politics. That's judging people based on what they do with their spare time, what they have between their legs, what color their skin is, We're not the racists. You're the racists. Please stitch this. Debate me. Send me a message. I'll play it on the air. I'll interview you. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're left. I'm right. You're wrong. I'm right. You're left. I'm right. You're wrong. Libs of TikTok. Wow, Border Patrol just caught an illegal entering our country who admitted to being a part of a Colombian gang which was designated as a terrorist organization. Oh yeah, no. They always get me with this. I'm like, oh, I'm not subscribed, and it's like, no, you follow people on X. Boomer. How many terrorists? You can't say terrorist on X. Come on, Elon. Like, I'm sick of these little games. I'm not going to jump through hoops for anybody, because of some can we get rid of these algorithms? And why can't you say the word terrorists? Why can't you say it? We were warned of an imminent attack. Biden's open borders are allowing criminals to flood our country. We have no clue who's in our country. Biden's putting American lives in danger. And then they have a link to Daily Mail. Joe Biden's migrant crisis, illegal immigrant crisis, makes a U.S. terrorist attack imminent because of military-age men streaming across Texas-Mexico border. Former FBI and Homeland Security top brass warn in chilling letter. All right, so let's take a look at this Daily Caller. Is there a video? I like videos because I'm like a elder millennial. Border Patrol agents on Tuesday apprehend an individual illegally crossing southern border who admitted past ties to a Colombian group previously. I already read that. Agents encountered Oscar de Leon Ramirez on February 6 among a group of 8 Colombian and Salvadorian nationals in Texas' El Paso sector, and shortly thereafter the National Targeting Center notified agents of a subject's possible record of terrorist activities, according to the memo. During an interview with De Leon Ramirez, the illegal immigrant admitted his previous role working for the Autodefensas Unidas de Colombia, AUC, a group that was previously designated as a terrorist organization by the U.S. government. During the post-Miranda interview, De Leon Ramirez readily admitted to having crossed the U.S.-Mexico international boundary illegally on today's date, the 6th of February. Furthermore, De Leon Ramirez admitted that in 2004 and 2005, he voluntarily enlisted in the Autodefensas Unidas de Colombia, the memo read. Just say it once. I'm going to read the whole thing. It's okay. De Leon Ramirez stated, as someone of his duties as AUC member were to patrol the mountainous rural areas of Iztmina, Colombia, locating guerrilla members of FARC, that's the Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia. Not bad. I don't really speak much Spanish. And other entities involved with extortion and trafficking in Colombia, the memo continued. De Leon Ramirez has pending criminal proceedings in the Western District Court of Texas, according to the memo. Yes, I know it's on the memo. Thank you. You have to end every single sentence with it. The U.S. government designated the AUC as a foreign terrorist organization in 2001, revoked the designation in 2014. The group disbanded in 2006, while some members split off into other groups and continue activities involving the drug trade and human rights abuses, according to the Congressional Research Service. So again, we're not talking about migrants. We're not talking about immigrants. We're not talking about people that are here on work visas. We're not talking about your grandma, probably. We're talking about violent criminals that are members of terrorist organizations with violent crime rap sheets that are flooding into our country with absolutely no vetting, literally just coming through the United Nations assistance programs and coming in, raping and killing, and take the Colombian gangs taking over the apartments in Colorado. Then the media lies about it, and then it's true. We were right about it. I need apologies from all of you Democrats from like the past 4 years, 5 years, 8 years. Where are the Permans? Where are all of these different families and groups that were just wrong about all of it? Joe Biden is a pedophile. Hunter Biden is a pedophile. Ashley Biden was raped by Joe Biden, and that was her journal. That is Hunter's laptop. COVID-19 was a pandemic. The shots were dangerous, and people did die because of blood clots because of the shots. You're more likely to get COVID because of the shots because it destroys your immune system. Now all of that's coming out. I want apologies, guys. I want you to just be the bigger person. Let me be the petty person because I won. And just leave me a voicemail and say, I'm sorry, you were right. And I will forgive you. Like, outright forgive you. Because, hey, nobody's perfect, baby. All right? Gateway Pundit. Just in, Trump fights back against Colombia blocking illegal alien flights. Announces 50% tariff. Travel ban. Visa revocations. We covered this earlier in the hour, but I wanted to tab this out. I meant to have them tabbed together. But you're getting it now. So you never know what order you're going to get things on this show. So watch all of it. It's only an hour. It's only an hour, man. Usually. President Trump has retaliated against Colombia blocking 2 repatriation flights with illegal aliens deported from the U.S. from landing in the country. As the Gateway Pundit reported, the Trump administration is flying illegals out of the country on military aircraft and landing them in South America. Moment of silence. Because it feels good. It feels good. The largest mass deportation operation in history is well underway. Military cargo planes transport illegals from Arizona Tucson International Airport. And this is a video. Here we go. Why come your video no work, bro? Let me refresh the page. This is interesting.
KG9's Craig Smith is live at Tucson International, where some of the flights left from. Craig, what can you tell us?
Well, mass deportations by air are not an entirely new thing. At various times over the years, CBP has deported migrants from Tucson International, taking them far enough from the border to discourage them from ever trying to enter again. But in those cases, they used much smaller civilian charter airliners. These used large military cargo planes. Photos from the Defense Department show a C-17 cargo plane at Tucson International being loaded with deportees. Other DoD websites show C-17s loading at Fort Bliss, Texas, near El Paso. The information with the photos does not say where the planes are going, but the Associated Press shows at least one Air Force C-17 arriving in Guatemala. The White House says it has already deported more than 500 people, including members of a notorious gang. Air and Space Forces magazine quotes the Pentagon as saying Air Force planes will be used to deport about 5,400 people. Now, some immigration attorneys tell us the Trump administration has made a major change that could make it much easier to deport people. Many people were let in legally to pursue asylum claims and officially released on what was called parole while they waited, often for years, to have court dates to decide on their asylum claims. Now attorneys tell us the parole status is being revoked for people from Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, and Nicaragua. That will make them more vulnerable to arrest and deportation. Reporting live from Tucson International, Craig Smith, KGUN 9.
So there you have it.
Hello, my name is D-Pad Chad, and I'm here to tell you...
Hello. Good. So, yeah, they were trying to block it. And... let's see what we got here from the White House. Do I follow the White House? I should follow the White House. If I don't. Yeah. Why do you have to click an extra thing? You have to click more. So I've never seen that before. Explain this post. Grok. Oh my god. I don't like it. Promises made, promises kept. Just as he promised, President Trump is sending a strong message to the world. Those who enter the United States illegally will face serious consequences. Deportation flights have begun. To the interns running the White House accounts, you're better at your job than the last interns we had. I guess, because, I mean, I don't really remember anything notable coming out of the last White House's X account. Did they have an X account? I don't even know. But to be fair, I wasn't really like on X. So before I go down an X rabbit hole, wrapping up here. You can read the articles in the description. I covered this enough. White House official Stephen Miller confirms administration's goal of finding all of the 325,000 missing children and prosecuting guilty Democrat officials. Let's take a look. Why?
As you know,
so the move
half a
is
million children trafficked over a 4-year
false
period
flag
in the United
attacks.
States. This administration is going to investigate every instance of child trafficking, labor trafficking, sex trafficking, child smuggling, and all the attendant crimes
destroy their political
and our message to
power.
everyone in the country is
And they don't want to just kill random people. It's total horse crap. They said they're going to have national uprisings and drive Trump from power when he kills the migrants or when he kills the black people. Trump's coming to get the black men and deport black citizens. I mean, all the CNN hosts, Trump's going to use the military. So the move is, please go to the AlexJonesStore.com. We have the great atomic defense, the strongest, greatest, concentrated of all the known.
As you know, half a million children trafficked over a 4-year period in the United States. This administration is going to investigate every instance of child trafficking, labor trafficking, sex trafficking, child smuggling, and all the attendant crimes involved in that. And our message to everyone in the country is to cooperate fully with Immigration and Customs Enforcement so that we can end the scourge of child trafficking and child abuse that has been endemic these last 4 years.
While other networks...
The Trump committed the gay body with
There
her
you have it.
intestines.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Dr. Phil is busting illegal alien pedophiles. I shit you not.
What's your name?
Seda.
Seda what? You have a first and last name?
Sam.
Seda Sam?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Where I was born or where I'm from?
Where are you born?
Cute.
Thailand.
You've been deported before from the United States?
No.
Never been deported?
But I've been in the system before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been charged with
Charged where?
before?
Look at him smirking.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer.
Cocky little fuck.
Yeah. Are you a citizen?
My mom says it.
Your mother's a citizen?
My mom's a citizen.
But you're not?
Nope.
But you've never been deported before?
You Dr. Phil. You look like Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sanctuary cities, right? We got an illegal alien convicted of sex crimes involving children.
This is the
He's
weirdest
walking the streets
exchange.
of Chicago. Again,
the downfall, the problem with the sanctuary city, that people like us walking the street rather than local law enforcement working with federal agents. This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah. You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
And never been deported?
Well.
Huh. Let's take him in, process him, lock him up.
Got it, sir.
All right, is it a transport vehicle?
Working on it.
Can we sentence people like this to, you know, get raped by a Christmas tree? Like, what are we doing? We're being too kind to these monsters. It's disgusting.
What's your name?
Seda.
Disgusting.
Of 2009, right? You know, I know, our viewers know, it's 2025, and this guy is heading back now, but he seemed almost cavalier about it, and when you were talking to him, he's been in this country long enough to know who you were.
That's a delay.
Yeah, really proud of that fact. But I hope that's not my typical audience. But you know, look, the truth is, this is a good example. We know when it comes to sexual predators that they have multiple victims before they're arrested, detained, and taken off the streets and imprisoned. They have multiple victims. Sometimes it's double digits. It can be 25, it can be 40. It depends on how old they are, how many targets they're exposed to. And so this person, we know, has been on the streets for over a decade since he was first detained. So you know, how many victims has he had in the United States where he doesn't even have the right to be because nobody raised their hand and let ICE know that he was in detention so they could meet him and take him out of the United States when they could have met him at the curb and put him right in the process and deported him legally and safely at the time. Instead, he's been on the streets.
Dr. Of 2009.
I mean, yeah. Like, this is proof that they were a part of it. This is not, whoopsie, an accident. This is by design. This is intentional. These people are criminals, not just him, not just the people that, you know, fucked kids and came into this country illegally to do that, to do all kinds of crimes. And then they get released. You know, he's not even in jail in our country, which he should be at least. But just walking the streets, free man. Wow, like innocent people that just simply went to the Capitol on January 6th have been in prison for 4 years. Like, do you see you think this guy is like cooler, nicer, better of a person than, you know, just like some soccer mom that like went to the Capitol because, you know, Trump was like, you know, come support your country. And she was like, okay. No. Or Ashley Babbitt that got shot in the neck and killed. Eric doesn't think so. But I think that happened. Let's see what we got here. More on this story.
Bobby, so much emphasis has been made about Texas and the southern border, but you know, let's don't lose track of the fact that there are people coming in from all over the place, including the north. I know that President Trump essentially wants to send 10,000 troops down there to the southern border to take control and get help as much as they need. But talk a little bit about other places these criminals, illegals are coming in because they know that focus is going to be solely on the southern border.
Sure. Remember who we're dealing with, right? There's three major groups that we're dealing with. We're dealing with terrorists, cartels, and then state actors like China and Iran. That last group, probably the most sophisticated group, probably will be the ones that look to other places to come in, like the northern border, once the southern border gets clamped down. The illegal immigrant, the profile that we've seen walking across the border, mainly from the Central and South American countries, probably the flow will stop there. But the Chinese, the Iranians, the terrorists, they will figure out a way to exploit the next spot. And with Tom Homan on the job, hopefully all of those things, all of those cogs will be plugged and stopped. Because certainly once we close the southern border, sure, there will be other weaknesses in the system. But with somebody like Tom Homan on, he's on it, and he'll know where those are, and he'll know how to address them, because this is a national security issue. China infiltrating our country with so many people that are coming in, and Iran and terrorism. We don't even know how many terrorists have come. We know how many we've stopped, but how many of them are of the larger population have gotten through? We don't know that. We know we've stopped people on a terror watch list, but we don't know how many have gotten through. We don't know where they are, and that's this national security risk. The terrorists have come here, Chinese actors have come here. They're inside our perimeter, and they're here to do damage to our country. That's the reason they've come. They're not here to live the American dream. They're not here to get a job and work in the fields. There are dangerous actors that have penetrated the southern border in the last 3 years that have come here specifically to attack us.
Exactly.
I mean, and Bobby, I
don't even consider this beating a dead horse. Oh, that's just Owen. Well, it's that time again. It is 8:57 p.m. here in Orlando, Florida. So it's time once more to turn the display capture off and come back to the Sky Tower at SeaWorld. Because this is the place where, this is my happy place. On DarkDox.com, you're going to be rebuilt faster and stronger. But in the meantime, go to DarkDox.me and check out DarkDox.me/shop. And we're doing this live for now, at least exclusively for now this week, at youtube.com/Sacred Owls, because they already took the DarkDox ones. They took them away from me. I don't know why they let me have this one. It seems shadow banned because, well, there's 5 people watching right now. Eh. I mean, that's pathetic, but I love all 5 of you so much. If you like what I do, you can go to cash.app/DarkDox and give me $5. Give me $10. Buy me a chicken dinner. I will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. after watching another 10 hours of Band.video. That's The Alex Jones Show, The American Journal with Harrison Smith, The War Room with Owen Schroyer. The War Room with Owen Schroyer. Like, really? Not too many people can say that. But he's great. And he is the Cuck Slayer. That's what they call him. Very funny. This is Christian Coffins signing off and reminding you to please beware. Take care. Bye-bye.
This is Jersey Joe, and you're listening to the DarkDox Digest, DQ'd, with your host, Christian Coffins.